Good afternoon. Yeah. First of all, I would like to say thank you for everyone joining on behalf of SME Chamber of India. As yesterday and today it is too much of rain, so we thought that where we need to cancel the program or we should go ahead with the same. But then my team has spoke with few people and they said that no, it's a business, so we should come and attend the program. So thank you once again and to join this today's SME talk show. So some of our members already know about it that on a regular basis we are organizing this SME Business Forum activity where you can come, you can connect and you can develop your business. Today's theme is little bit different. As the same, we organize always the SME Business Forum. So today's event is supported by IDFC Bank. So thank you for that for supporting today's event. And we thought that there are a lot of startups are there are a lot of SMEs are there, and they would like to achieve their targets of highway to 100 crores. So everyone have a wish in their mind that when I will be reaching 200 crore of my company. So today we thought that not only to give the presentations, but there should be some kind of a talk where the companies will understand that how they can reach to their goal, and to reach that goal what things need to be done from them and as well as from their team also, because it is not a one man show. When you want to reach to the 100 crore, अगर मैं बोलूँगी कि मुझे 100 करोड़ दौड़ना है तो अकेले दौड़ सकते हैं, लेकिन उसके साथ टीम नहीं होगी तो कोई कुछ नहीं कर सकता. सो इसके लिए how the team should work and how they can reach to that. For that purpose we thought that let's have a different kind of a talk show for that. And this is a so we will also get an idea that how the companies are reacting on that. So today there was this is something different we have managed today. But before starting with that, I would like to invite Mr. Irfan Siddiqui, branch manager IDFC Bank, and his topic is about IDFC Bank and his products and offerings. And after this once you reach to the 100 crore, then you have to, everyone thinks that I need to go to the global. So how I can reach to the global, how I can tap my market, how I can go to the export. So that's why we have invited the NSRM and Associates, who is going to talk about that, and they will fulfill your wish to reach to the global side also. So thank you once again for joining, and I would like to invite Mr. Irfan Siddiqui for his speech.
Hello, good afternoon. It's my privilege, first of all, to be standing here in front of all the visionary entrepreneurs. Okay, we are here to connect. As I can understand, I was just seeing the energy inside the tea room. All those young entrepreneurs meeting each other, communicating to each other, connecting with each other. So I will not take much of your time. First of all, because I understand we are here with certain purpose and all. So I'll hardly take 10 minutes of yours, so I'll just request 10 minutes of your undue attention. Before I start, why we are here is that just like you are an entrepreneur, guys, upcoming entrepreneur, a visionary entrepreneur, want to build a great success, the upcoming event which is there, Highway 200. Similarly, I believe that we also sailing on the same boat as an IDFC. We are a young bank, we are a growing bank, okay, and we can feel your need, we can understand your need better than anyone else. So I am not here with any of the presentation or anything like that, because I don't believe in presenting anything and all. What it is, it will come from the heart and nothing else. So guys, first of all, to start this thing, I want to just reiterate what IDFC is. IDFC First Bank has already made a substantial growth in the banking industry, but we are not. But we are not here to stop. Our MD vision is to make a world-class bank. Just like we are here sitting out here, we are looking for 100 crore, 500 crore entrepreneurship. Similarly, we as a bank, we are looking for a world-class bank. We want to make IDFC First as the first world-class bank in India. And for that we need your support, guys. Because together we can. We at IDFC, we have a very unique proposition. When I talk about the proposition, we are the bank which are offering 7% on the saving bank account. So we are one of the very few bank which is offering 7% on anything over and above 5 lakh rupees up to 10 crore rupees. So earlier gone are those days wherein we used to park our money into liquid for our arbitrage fund to gain something like that. Now people use our bank to get 7% monthly, and that too monthly. It's a per annum interest which is payable monthly. And our MD motto is that we believe in ethical banking. So when I talk about the ethical banking, that means we don't charge for any of our banking services. So we have almost 38 services, be it IMPS, RTGS, check bounces, ECS bounces, all those charges are waived off to the customer. So we can see the tagline says that it is an ethical banking. So it's a zero fee banking, no cost, nothing at all. We as a bank, we have developed the world-class digital app. So if any one of you would be using IDFC net banking or mobile banking app, you would definitely echo with that. Our app has been rated as one of the best app in the Google Play Store, and I can proudly say that it is one of the best mobile banking app in the banking industry. It's so user friendly, it's so easy, it's so convenient. Even a 90-year-old guy would love to have that technology with us. So it's a seamless convenience banking at your fingertip. In today's world, people want convenience, and that's what we bring about with the IDFC mobile banking and the net banking app. Coming to the current account offering. So in terms of current account for the startups, we believe that startups require time. They require a couple of years to start up their business and all. So for the startups, we are providing first 3 years zero balance account, current account for the startups. So we as a bank, we don't charge anything, we don't ask for any commitment, any minimum balance and all, nothing at all. For the first 3 years, any startup, they can avail a zero fee banking with us. At the same time, we have a custom-made service for all the SMEs. So for all the small, medium enterprises, we do funding, we do account opening. So when I talk about the funding, it's a collateral fee, unsecured funding. So that come under the central government scheme. So which we call it a central government scheme for small and medium enterprises, wherein we don't ask for any security, any collateral, no FD, no property, nothing. It's a collateral fee funding to help your business grow. So we can lend up to 2 crore without any collateral, and that too with the best in class rate of interest and hardly any charges on that part. Apart from that, we as a bank, we provide interest on the current account as well. Normally, if you come across the banks, your current account, wherever you have current account, you don't get any interest on that. We as a bank, we have a facility called a sweep-in facility, a daily sweep-in facility, wherein whatever money excess of 2 lakh rupees that get into a fixed deposit, and you earn a 6.3% on that. So that is again a unique proposition for all the current account customer, wherein they can earn 6.3% on their idle money lying in the current account. When I talk about the credit cards, we have got the best in class credit card, a metal credit card edition, which has the lounge access, golf course access, and a unique feature, a 0% forex markup fee. So one of the few card in the industry providing a zero forex markup fee. So even if you are using your card internationally or any of the international site, you don't pay any forex markup fee. Ideally, in other bank card, you end up paying 2 to 4% as a forex markup fee. Here in our metal card, you don't pay any forex markup fee. When I talk about the last 2 minutes, I'll just take last 2 minutes. When I talk about the forex facility, we have got the best in class rate for all our customers, and that too again no charges. There is no bank commission, there is no bank fees, there is no charges, nothing at all. Free of cost forex thing which you can do, and that too with the minimal margin. So when we talk about, we do our transaction on the interbank rate, unlike other bank which they charge on the card rate, which is a published rate by their individual website. we help our customer with the interbank rate things. At the same time, for all your import export facility, we have everything on your website only, on the internet bank. You don't need to provide any physical document. We do it, we provide you with the login access wherein you can directly import your bills, bill of exchange, whatever the invoice and all, and you can do everything digitally. So we as a bank, we have provided a digital channel for your forex transaction also, for the business transaction also. And at the same time, we have the CMS, cash management facility, which we call as the doorstep facility, wherein we help you guys providing a doorstep facility right from cash management, check pickup, statement, everything at your doorstep. So I personally believe, guys, we as a bank, we have one of the best offering, best services, and the best part about is that the customer services. So our MD focuses very highly on the customer services and customer centricity. So we have the world-class customer services and the staff that we provide. So you can be rest assured in terms of the banking and the financial thing is taken care. Just like for any relationship, we require a partner, a Jeevan Sathi. Similarly, for any business to grow, we require a banking or a financial institution. That's why I believe that IDFC will go a long way in helping your business grow, support, and lend. So for anything, we have our stand out there. If you want to know more about this, there's a team, my team is standing there. They will help you with the brochures, the cards and all. You can definitely get in touch with them. And that's it from my end. I'll not take much of time because I also want to hear the respected speaker talk about Highway 200. I'm also very excited. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Siddiqui. It was very short and short speech from your end, but focused one from the IDFC Bank. Now, as I mentioned, that today's main topic, which is on the introduction on the Highway 200 crores, I would like to invite Mr. Rakesh Rani, who is the CEO of Business Revival India LLP.
Thank you, SME Chambers, for giving me this opportunity to make the presentation on this highway 200 crores. First of all, we need to understand why we are calling highway 200 crore. The need to understand highway 200 crore because all of you may be driving a car, right? When you go for the highway, there's something process happen in your mind itself, which you may not realize over the period of time, because बार बार गाड़ी आप चलाते हो आपको याद नहीं रहता, बट आप जब हाईवे पे जाते हो तो आपके 5-6 चीज़ें तो क्लियर होती है. सबसे पहली बात डेस्टिनेशन. आप हाईवे पे ऐसे ही घूमने नहीं जाते. मे बी 1 or 2 एक्सेप्शन विल बी देयर, बट 99% पीपल गो विथ सम गोल कि बॉस मुझे दिल्ली जाना है, वडोदरा जाना है, जहीं पे भी जाना है. सेकेंड थिंग, आप अपना व्हीकल को चेक करते हो, इजंट इट? फ्यूल है क्या, आपके टायर सही है क्या, आपकी गाड़ी की कैपेसिटी है क्या. यू वॉन्ट टेक अ ब्रोकन कार और कार विच इज़ नॉट इन कैपेसिटी ऑफ गोइंग बियॉन्ड 80. सो वो आप चेक कर लेते हो. उसी तरह से आपकी गाड़ी की स्पीड भी आप ज़्यादा कर लेते हो. यू टच 150, 160, राइट? अभी वो पॉसिबल है बिकॉज देर आर नागपुर एंड अदर एरियाज आते जहाँ पे आप 120 तो हर कोई चेक एटलीस्ट टच कर ही लेता है. तो क्या हो रहा है बेसिकली, आप एक छोटे से गली या रोड से आप हाईवे पे आ रहे हो विथ सम थॉट, विथ सम प्रोसेस, विथ सम गोल कि जहाँ मुझे जाना है. सॉरी, आई विल बी यूजिंग हिंदी. इज दैट फाइन? बिकॉज आई फील कि हिंदी विल बी अ राइट वे टू कम्युनिकेट instead, because some people may not understand the English, but I'll mix it both one. So that's the reason I'm calling it highway to 100 crore, because when you're planning for going for the 100 crore, you need to think, you need to have some plan in mind, you need to have some goal, then only you will be able to flourish, otherwise not. क्योंकि कैसे होता है कि हर 25-50 करोड़ पे आपकी साइकी, आपकी कंपनी का कल्चर बदलना ज़रूरी होता है. यू कैनॉट गो 5 करोड़ का टर्नओवर की माइंडसेट लेके आप 100 पे नहीं जा सकते. सिंपल चीज़ कहता हूँ, रीज़न ये होता है कि आप 5-10 करोड़ पे आप सब कुछ खुद ही करते हो, स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम क्लीनिंग योर ऑफिस इटसेल्फ टू गोइंग टू द लेवल जहाँ पे एडमिन, HR, एवरीथिंग यू आर डूइंग इट. 20-25 करोड़ तक ये चीज़ें चल जाती है. आई हैव सीन अ पीपल हु आर अ 16 करोड़ टर्नओवर कंपनी, 9-10 पीपल्स हैं, बट दे आर मैनेजिंग द ऑफिस वेरी वेल, बट दे स्ट्रगल बियॉन्ड 20 करोड़. Reason being, they are not able to switch to next level. Switch मतलब क्या है? एक सिंपल है, आप जब 25 करोड़ तक होते हो आप सोचते हो हाउ, कोई प्रॉब्लम आ गया मैं कैसे सॉल्व कर रहा हूँ, मैं कैसे सॉल्व करूँ। ये थिंकिंग ही आपकी बॉटल मतलब एक अटकाव बन जाती है नेक्स्ट लेवल के लिए। आप बोलोगे कैसे, आप कोई भी प्रॉब्लम आएगा आप उसको कैसे सॉल्व करने के पीछे लगते हो। आप 25 करोड़ के आगे आप हर प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने लगोगे, आप बाहर नहीं आ पाओगे। द फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट थिंग इज यू हैव टू कम आउट ऑफ ऑपरेशंस। You have to ensure that your operations is done by somebody else. So आपको how से exactly opposite जाना है who। अब how से who तक जाओगे, ये छोटा सा वर्ड बहुत छोटा लगता है बट डिफिकल्ट है, बिकॉज इन दैट प्रोसेस यू हैव टू डेलीगेट द वर्क, यू हैव टू सिलेक्ट द प्रॉपर पर्सन, यू हैव टू गेट द वर्क इन राइट टाइम। सो ये जो माइंड सी है आपका माइंड सेट है उसको आपको चेंज करना ज़रूरी है। ये हु में कोई भी प्रॉब्लम आता है 25 के आगे तो आपको सोचना है कि मैं किससे करवा लूँ, हु इज़ द राइट पर्सन फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर जॉब, इज़ दैट पर्सन केपेबल इनफ, इज़ दैट पर्सन एबल टू सॉल्व द प्रॉब्लम ऑन टाइम। ओनली सॉल्विंग इज़ नॉट इम्पॉर्टेंट, सॉल्विंग ऑन टाइम, सही वक्त पे सही चीज़ें करनी ज़रूरी होती है। तो मैं कभी भी मेरे क्लाइंट को कहता हूँ यू शुड फॉलो वन प्रिंसिपल, राइट पीपल एट राइट टाइम एट राइट प्लेस। जब ये अब तीन चीज़ें आपकी प्रॉपरली फॉलो होती है आप यू आर रेडी टू गो फॉर द नेक्स्ट लेवल। सो एंटरप्रेन्योर को पहली बात ये माइंडसेट चेंज करना है। बट इसमें दिक्कत क्या है, ये तो डेलीगेशंस है। अभी कैसे होता है हर चीज़ आप कर रहे हो 25 के नीचे 25 करोड़ के नीचे आप हर कुछ खुद कर रहे हो। अभी आप अपनी योर बिजनेस इज़ लाइक ए बेबी राइट। कोई भी माँ अपनी चीज़ों को दूसरों को देगी नहीं, शी विल ऑलवेज बी अंडर फियर, यार संभालेगा, प्रॉपर कर पाएगा कि नहीं, विल बी एबल टू फीड प्रॉपरली और नॉट। सेम वे हम भी अपने बिजनेस को बेबी की तरह देखते हैं और जब किसी और को डिसीजन लेने के लिए देते हैं तो हमारे भी में फियर रहता है कि वो प्रॉपर डिसीजन लेगा कि नहीं। बट यहाँ पे आपको वो कॉन्फिडेंस बिल्डअप करना पड़ेगा। ये कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं बिल्डअप किया तो आपकी पहला जो सूत्र है इस पर पूरा प्रिंसिपल्स है हाईवे टू 100 का, दैट वोंट बी एबल टू यू वोंट बी एबल टू सक्सीड फॉर दैट। दूसरी बात, आपको आपकी टीम जो भी है उसको प्रॉपरली आइडेंटिफाई करना आना चाहिए। इफ़ यू आर नॉट एबल टू आइडेंटिफाई राइट पीपल एट राइट टाइम, फ़ायदा नहीं रहेगा। सो आपका जो फियर है वो फियर आपका रियलिटी बन जाएगा। सो यू नीड टू हैव द स्किल टू पिकअप द पीपल फ्रॉम अ क्राउड। कौन सही है, कौन उसकी स्किल सेट क्या है, उसका माइंड सेट क्या है, क्या वो आपके गोल के साथ अलाइन हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है। आज के डेट में जो मैन पावर के बहुत सारे इश्यूज आ रहे हैं बिकॉज ऑफ इसी वजह से आ रहे हैं। आज की जनरेशन एम्बिशियस है, दे वांट ग्रोथ, दे वांट टू ग्रो विद द कंपनी। इफ़ योर गोल एंड गोल ऑफ दैट इंडिविजुअल इज़ नॉट मैचिंग, आपका मैन पावर टर्नओवर बढ़ने वाला है। तो आपको ये सब स्किल सेट आने ज़रूरी है आज के डेट में। पहले बात अलग थी, बंदे ज्वाइन करते थे कंपनी को, दे यूज्ड टू बी विद द कंपनी फॉर 15-20 ईयर्स, चल जाता था, बट अभी वो पॉसिबल नहीं है विद द जनरेशन। बिकॉज आगे जाके ऐसे होने वाला है कि द जॉब्स विल नॉट बी योर जॉब्स, इट विल बी लाइक अ असाइनमेंट फॉर एवरीवन। मार्क माई वर्ड, डाउन द लाइन 5 years दिस विल बी द सिनारियो। आपको कोई भी बंदा 3 साल के ऊपर किसी कंपनी में दिखाई नहीं देगा, बट इट विल बी काइंड ऑफ जैसे यूएस में अभी हो रहा है या होता था पहले भी, वही कल्चर यहाँ पे आ रहा है। सो योर बिजनेस हैज़ टू बी अलाइन विद दैट वन। तो सबसे पहले जो मंत्र में बोल रहा हूँ तो वही है कि आपको डेलीगेशन करना आना चाहिए, आपको सही पीपल, सही बंदे आपको सिलेक्ट करने आने चाहिए। इसके बाद आपको ये लेवल आप पार करते हो तो आपको सेकेंड लेवल पे जब आते हो तो आपको आपके प्रोसेस पे ध्यान देना है। मैं एक एग्जांपल बताता हूँ। आप किसी दुकान में गए हो, जैसे एक शॉप का एग्जांपल लेते हो, आप वहाँ जाते हो, जैसे आप एंटर करते हो 4-5 सेल्समैन आते हैं, दे स्टार्ट सेलिंग देयर प्रोडक्ट टू यू, अब प्रोडक्ट ऑफ द सेम कंपनी बट डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ प्रोडक्ट्स, different variety of products, and they bombard with you lots of informations. And somehow you manage to select the product, then they confuse you with the pricing. And not only confuse, they what they do, they will say 10,000 rupees, they will issue the invoice immediately. Then once you say no भाई 10,000 नहीं, मुझे कम में चाहिए, आप 8,000 बोलते हो, नहीं 9,000, तो 9,000 का इन्वेस्ट मैं सिनारो बता रहा हूँ आपको, 9,000 का इन्वेस्ट फाड़ के देते हो, फाइनली 8,000 पे आपका डील क्लोज होता है। फिर आप कैश काउंटर पे जाते हो, वहाँ पे आपको पेमेंट के लिए भी स्ट्रगल करना पड़ता है, and end of the day you come with the experience which is very bad. इसी सिनारियो को हम अलग तरह से देखते हैं. आप शॉप में एंटर किया, वन सेल्स पर्सन कम्स टू यू, एक्सप्लेन्स यू व्हाट इज़ द प्रोडक्ट इज़ ऑल अबाउट, क्या प्रोडक्ट है, उसके मतलब उसके बेनिफिट्स क्या हैं. एक ही बंदा बात कर रहा है, डिसेंटली बात कर रहा है, आपको एक जगह बिठा के चाय पानी सब दे रहा है. आफ्टर एक्सप्लेनिंग द थिंग्स यू अंडरस्टैंड कि प्रोडक्ट ये है, वो आपको प्रोडक्ट आपको पिच कर देता है. देन यू एग्री यस इट इज़ गुड प्रोडक्ट वी शुड बाय. देन यू निगोशिएट, ही एग्री फॉर 8,000. Once you agree, he'll raise the invoice, you go to the counter, that person's take the invoice, meanwhile he offers you tea, coffee or anything once again, और आप पेमेंट करते हो, निकल जाते हो. आपको याद कौन सा रहेगा? सेकंड. कस्टमर आपके पास एक्सपीरियंस के लिए आता है, प्रोडक्ट के लिए वो बाद में सोचता है, उसको एक्सपीरियंस ज़्यादा याद रहता है. आपको कभी भी देखो, आप कहीं पे खाने पे गए हो, आपको उसको हॉस्पिटलिटी अच्छी लगी तो आपको याद रहता है, देन आप खाना सोचते हो. टेस्ट आप बाद में याद आएगा, लेकिन पहले आप एक्सपीरियंस सोचते हो. तो आपको प्रोडक्ट में वो एक्सपीरियंस लेके आना है. वो प्रोडक्ट्स एक्सपीरियंस कब आएगा? जब आपके प्रोसेसेस, आपके पूरा बिजनेस, पूरे ऑपरेशंस कैसे हो रहे हैं, उसकी प्रॉपर डिफाइंड गाइडलाइंस रहेंगी. और यही पॉइंट आपको पहले पॉइंट के लिए हेल्प करेगा, बिकॉज दिस प्रोसेस, दिस पॉलिसी विल हेल्प यू टू बिल्ड अ स्ट्रॉन्ग सिस्टम, अ स्ट्रॉन्ग मैकेनिज्म वेयर पीपल विल नॉट टेक एडवांटेज. आप गलत भी हो जाते हो, कहीं आप थोड़ा सा निग्लेजेंट भी हो जाते हो, सिस्टम विल रेक्टिफाई इट. तो आपको इस तरह से काम करना है. आपके प्रोसेसेस प्रॉपर होने चाहिए, प्रोसेस पे काम करना पड़ेगा, तभी जाके आप अच्छी तरह से नेक्स्ट लेवल पे जा सकते हो. अभी हमने प्रोडक्ट की बात की, एक्सपीरियंस की बात की, बट प्रोडक्ट शुड बी दैट कैपेबल इनफ टू स्केलेबल. कोई भी प्रोडक्ट बड़े लेवल पे नहीं जा सकता, हर किसी लिमिटेशन से. तो आपको आपके प्रोडक्ट में वो रिनोवेशन, सो R&D करना पड़ेगा. आपको आपके प्रोडक्ट पे काम करना पड़ेगा कि हाउ माई प्रोडक्ट विल गिव अ यूनिक एक्सपीरियंस टू द कस्टमर, हाउ माई प्रोडक्ट विल बी एबल टू रिपीट द कस्टमर. रिपीटेशंस ब्रिंग द बिजनेस. एक एक्सपीरियंस आपको बिजनेस नहीं लाएगा, इट विल सस्टेन यू फॉर सम टाइम, पर लेगेसी तब क्रिएट होगी जब एक्सपीरियंस आप दोगे. और एक्सपीरियंस कब दोगे? जब आप अपने प्रोडक्ट पे काम करोगे. आप अपने प्रोडक्ट को इस तरह से बिल्ड करोगे कि आपका प्रोडक्ट आपको वो प्राइस देगा जो आप चाहते हो. अंडरस्टैंड? कोई भी बंदा प्राइस के लिए, मतलब कस्टमर्स प्राइस के लिए निगोशिएट तब करता है व्हेन ही डजंट सी अ वैल्यू इन दैट. इफ यू कन्विंस हिम योर प्रोडक्ट, योर सर्विस, ही इज कैपेबल इनफ टू गिव हिम द वैल्यू जो उनके जो भी रिक्वायरमेंट है वो सॉल्व कर पाएगा. बेसिकली बाइंग किस लिए होती है? कस्टमर को कोई प्रॉब्लम रहता है, वो सॉल्व करना है. कस्टमर को कुछ वैल्यू एडिशन चाहिए होता है उसके लाइफ में, दैट्स वाई बाई दैट. या कस्टमर को कुछ ही उसके क्रिटिकल इश्यूज है, उसके लिए सपोर्ट के लिए चाहिए होता है. सो एंड ऑफ द डे ही कमिंग विथ सम थॉट्स, और फिर आप उसको एक्सपेक्टेशंस को मीट करते हो, डेफिनेटली आप जो प्राइस मांगोगे वो प्राइस मिलेगा. आपको एग्जाम्पल बोल देता हूँ. आई फॉरगॉट द एग्जाम्पल, आई एम सॉरी. तो बेसिकली आप अपने प्रोडक्ट पे आपको काम करोगे तो आप एग्जैक्टली स्केलेबल पे आप जा सकते हो. उस तरह से आपको फोकस करना पड़ेगा. दूसरा एक पॉइंट आपका अपना आता है जो मैंने देखा हुआ है स्मॉल बिजनेस कंपनीज के साथ काम करते हुए, कि दे ऑलवेज से दैट वी नीड टू कंट्रोल द कॉस्ट, वी नीड टू कंट्रोल द कॉस्ट. बट यही आपकी अगले प्रोग्रेस के लिए हर्डल बन जाती है. किस तरह से? आप कॉस्ट कंट्रोल कर रहे हो और कंट्रोल के चक्कर में आप अपने रेवेन्यू को भी कंट्रोल करना चालू कर देते हो. एग्जाम्पल बताता हूँ मैं आपको, जो मैंने लाइव एग्जाम्पल है, मैंने कस्टमर के साथ मैंने डील किया था. उसके ट्रैवलिंग एक्सपेंसेस बहुत होते थे, बिकॉज ही इज़ इन टू कैपिटल गुड्स इंडस्ट्री. ही मैन्युफैक्चर सम CNC मशीन्स एंड ही गो टू द एग्जीबिशंस. बहुत सारे एग्जाम वहाँ पे जाके वो पिच करता है. ही हैज़ टू ट्रैवल अ लॉट. उनके कंपनी के हर सेल्समैन को ट्रैवल करना पड़ता है, तो ये ट्रैवल एक्सपेंसेस बहुत शूट हो रहे थे. तो ही वॉज ट्राइंग टू कंट्रोल द ट्रैवल एक्सपेंसेस, बट इन दैट प्रोसेस ही फॉरगॉट दैट कि यार उसके जो ट्रैवल एक्सपेंसेस हो रहे हैं वो आगे जाके प्रॉफिट लेके आ रहा है. इमीडिएट नहीं होगा ना, रिजल्ट कभी भी इमीडिएट नहीं आएगा। बड़ी जो कैपिटल गुड्स इंडस्ट्री है वहाँ पे आज अपने एग्जीबिशन में स्पेंड किया, उसके रिजल्ट आपको आने के लिए 3 महीने तो कम से कम लगती ही हैं, जहाँ तक हमने देखा हुआ है। तो आपको वो एक्सपेंसेस को इस तरह से डिफाइन करना पड़ेगा कि आपके एक्सपेंसेस आपके वैल्यू क्रिएशंस होने चाहिए। कैसे? आप जितने भी स्पेंड कर रहे हो उससे आप कुछ वैल्यू एडिशन कर रहे हो कि नहीं कर रहे हो, इस पर आपको फोकस करना ज़रूरी है। सिर्फ आपको एक्सपेंस कम करना है उस पर ध्यान मत दो। देखो, एक कैसी चीज़ है कि आपका माइंड है वो आपके इंस्ट्रक्शन ग्रैब करता रहता है। आपका दिमाग अपना AI जैसा ही है। द प्रॉम्प्ट यू गिव टू योर ब्रेन, ही विल एक्ट अकॉर्डिंगली। ही इज़ कैपेबल इनफ टू डू एनीथिंग। आप कुछ भी बोलो कर सकते हैं, बट आप जिसको दिमाग को जो फीड दोगे ना उसी हिसाब से, तो आप बोलोगे कंट्रोलिंग एक्सपेंसेस, तो वो आपको कंट्रोल एक्सपेंस भी कंट्रोल करेगा और रेवेन्यू भी कंट्रोल करेगा। इट विल हैपन। तो बजाय उसके आप ये करो कि हर एक्सपेंस, हर रुपी यू स्पेंड ऑन योर बिजनेस शुड गेट सम वैल्यू, and that value may be immediate, that value may be after 3 years, 2 years down the line. Ensure that every item on a P&L, accountant may not agree with this, but every item on P&L should go to balance sheet. The reason being, आप जब ऐसे सोचना चालू करोगे, आपका बिजनेस की वैल्यू बढ़ेगी, आपके बिजनेस का प्रॉफिट बढ़ेगा, क्योंकि आप हर चीज़ पे एक्सपेंस सोचना चालू कर दोगे। 25 करोड़ के नीचे जो बंदे रहते हैं उनका बेसिकली कंट्रोलिंग माइंड्स रहता है, उनका प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी पे ज़्यादा फोकस रहता है, और दे फॉरगेट दैट कि वैल्यू इज़ अ मेन थिंग बाय विच पीपल कम टू यू। वैल्यू को मैं ज़्यादा स्ट्रेस कर रहा हूँ, यू अंडरस्टैंड माई रीज़न फॉर दैट। वैल्यू में इसलिए स्ट्रेस करता हूँ, व्हेन यू आर सीइंग एट 100 करोड़, यू आर नॉट 100 करोड़ के लिए आप काम नहीं कर रहे हो, यू आर थिंकिंग ऑफ IPO ऑल्सो। IPO पे आपकी कंपनी की वैल्यूएशन दिखी जाएगी, प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी नहीं। इनिशियली आपको जब भी बिजनेस करना है, प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी ज़रूरी है, बट वैल्यूएशन करोगे तो ऑटोमेटिक प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी आ ही जाएगी। तो दैट्स द रीज़न आपको उस पर ध्यान देना है, उस तरह से आपको उस पर काम करना है, वैल्यूएशंस पे। मैंने अभी कहा आपको कि आपको वैल्यूएशन पे काम करना है, आपको इस तरह से बैलेंस शीट देखनी है, इस तरह से आपके डिसीजंस लेने हैं। थैंक यू। इस तरह से डिसीजन लेने हैं कि आप अपने बिजनेस में वैल्यूएशन क्रिएट करें। आप वैल्यू क्रिएट करोगे तभी जाके आप एक बड़े रन के लिए, बड़े हाईवे पे भागने के लिए तैयार हो जाओगे। तो इस तरह से आपके जो मैंने 4 पॉइंट कहा, एक तो आपको एंटरप्रेन्योर माइंडसेट चेंज करना है, फर्स्ट पॉइंट। आपको आपके प्रोडक्ट को स्केलेबल बनाना है, प्राइसिंग के हिसाब से, उसकी क्वालिटी के हिसाब से, फीचर्स के हिसाब से। थर्ड, आपको बिजनेस में प्रोसेसेस लेके आने, ये बहुत ज़रूरी है। पीपल डजंट अंडरस्टैंड, पीपल फील दैट कि प्रोसेसेस आर द बॉटलनेक्स, दे मुझे बड़ा होने नहीं देंगे, मेरे एक्शंस रोक जाएंगे, बट दैट इज़ नॉट ट्रू। जैसे डिसिप्लिन ब्रिंग्स अ फ्रीडम, कोई एग्री नहीं करता, बट दैट इज़ अ ट्रू। आप अगर डिसिप्लिन नहीं हो, यू आर टोटली मिस्ड, आप कोई भी चीज़ प्रॉपरली नहीं कर पाओगे। वैसे ही प्रोसेस, बिजनेस में प्रोसेस इज लाइक अ डिसिप्लिन दैट विल ब्रिंग अ सक्सेस टू यू। फोर्थ, आपको वैल्यूएशंस पे ध्यान देना पड़ेगा। अब ये 4-5 पॉइंट के बाद आपको एक बहुत ज़रूरी आता है आपका दिमाग, जिससे मैंने बात कह रहा हूँ। ये मैं हर किसी वर्कशॉप में या क्लाइंट के साथ बोलता हूँ कि आप अपने दिमाग पे ज़्यादा फोकस करो, बिकॉज दैट इज़ द की फॉर सक्सेस। आप अपने दिमाग को जिस तरह से प्रॉम्प्ट देते हो, जिस तरह से आप उसको गाइड करते हो, वो आपको फिर आगे जाके गाइड करता है। इसमें बहुत सारे लोग मैनिफेस्टेशंस आते हैं, उसमें ये चीज़ें आती है कि आप 555 का फंडा है, 369 का फंडा है, दैट इज़ ओके। मुझे 100 करोड़ अचीव किया है मैंने। एक दिन में कम से कम 2 मिनट सोचो कि मैंने 100 करोड़ कर लिया है, जस्ट सोचो एंड सी द इम्पैक्ट। ये मैंने खुद ये किया हुआ है, इम्पैक्ट का देखा हुआ है चीज़ों में, कि जब हम सोचते हैं, चीज़ों को फोकस करते हैं, तो हमारा दिमाग एक सडनली कुछ सॉल्यूशंस लेके आता है। जब हम अटक जाते हैं ना, इट विल बी मिरेकल। आई एम ट्रूली, आप एक कोशिश करके देखो, दिन में एक मिनट निकाल सकते हो ऑफिस के चेयर पे बैठ के। यू जस्ट थिंक कि मैंने ये कर लिया, जो भी आपका टारगेट है। आप 100 करोड़, हम लोग बात करें तो 100 करोड़ को लेके चलते हैं, बट आप जब उस चीज़ को सोचोगे, रिफ्लेक्शंस आते रहेंगे। एंड ऑफ द डे हमारी बॉडी ब्रेन से चलती है और ब्रेन हमारे सोच से चलती है। तो अपनी सोच उस तरह से आपको ग्रो करनी पड़ेगी, डेवलप करनी पड़ेगी। तो बेसिकली ये पॉइंट है जो मैं कह रहा था कि आपके 5-6 पॉइंट मैंने कहा 30 मिनट्स में पूरा हाईवे मुझे एक्सप्लेन करना पॉसिबल नहीं होगा बिकॉज इट्स डिफ़िकल्ट, क्योंकि हर एक पॉइंट कम से कम 4 से 5 घंटा लेता है जब मैं एक्सप्लेन करता हूँ तो एक एक पॉइंट, बिकॉज आई टेक द असाइनमेंट फॉर 1 year at least to make people to grow on that level. But I tried my best to pick up the at least specific points which is very essentials, like entrepreneur mindset, that is a very key. Product scalability, that is a very key. Manifestation is very important because people not able to understand. But पहले हमारे जो पूर्वज थे वो मैनिफेस्टेशन ही कर रहे थे ना, जो आप योगा बोलो ये बोलो मैनिफेस्टेशन का ही पार्ट था. तो बेसिकली आई ट्राइड टू गिव सम selected thoughts. I hope I given us some value to you. And if you have any questions, we can take it once the another session is over then. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Now I would like to invite Mrs. Vandana Rao. She is designated partner in Famous Advisory Services LLP.
Thank you all. Thank you, Sakshi. Thank you, SME Chambers, for giving us an opportunity to present Famous Advisory Services is the company name. Rao, SV Rao, is my husband as well as my founding partner.
You can just
we have been
along with them.
We have been in business for the past 12 years now. Next slide, please. You can start off. Yeah?
Slide sheet will be nice.
Okay. Okay. So today, quickly, I'll be trying to cover maximum whatever. See, like Rakesh and me are working on this business owners achieving 100 crores. जितना जल्दी हो सके उतना जल्दी. So it has been our endeavor to help business owners. Maybe we call ourselves CFOs. Of course, we work shoulder on with business owners, taking all their pains. We know how difficult it is. We come from a corporate background. Rao has worked in Mahindra for about 30 years and me worked in Union Bank. That is our background. So we are trying to bring some processes in growth of SMEs, and we like to help people who are actually having challenges as of today. So the main, I am just jumping into the topic itself. As you all know, key men, material, money, market, these are the factors which are actually in our day-to-day in business, so which we should take care. So as business owners and leaders, I should call business leaders than owners, because we should understand the product dynamics, that is understanding market dynamics before we bring into the market either our service or our product. So what we should be doing is analyze the current product offerings in the market before we jump into the market, what is already available to the customer. Then we have to identify where your product stands today. As a competitor, we are having, the customer as of today, he is having lot of options. So at least we should be standing at least somewhere and matching them. Then assess the competitive landscape, map out competitors. That's the first step. Identify market gaps and differentiation opportunities. Pinpoint areas for innovation and disruption. Disruptions means we have to do something different. Every day is a challenge. Whatever we have been learnt in schools, colleges, in our professional life, or even by experience, every day it has been a challenge, as all of you know. Even our systems are getting updated every day. So define your unique value proposition. So you have to always say कि कैसे अपना product is different and give them the best for their value. That is, whatever the customer is paying, he should get the value for what he is paying. So whether it is a good proposition or not, what makes your product distinctively better? That every day, every minute, it is a challenge for us. For any of us, that is the product ho or service ho. Why should customers choose you? These are the questions which a business leader has to be doing on a daily basis. So this, how do we bring the product? First is the market intelligence and penetration, market penetration. So we need to understand we have to evaluate the total addressable market, that is the TAM, SAM, and what is this? This is basically how the market reacts. Then we have to identify the core segments to serve. We should know where to place our product. If it is a product, then we should know which location is the best. And it depends upon so many other factors. And like Rakesh said, each and every line actually takes time for us to explain in detail. Then first of all, we have to build the assumption sheet. As a business owner, we need to understand this. We should be able to build this sheet, include demand forecast, price sensitivity, customer personas, distribution reach, regulatory inputs, because regulatory inputs is very important because every state is governed by different regulatory authorities. So we need to follow that. And then competitive pricing matrix. Because what we do is we assume the same product can be priced to be sold in different markets. It is not so. So we need to understand the depth of the product, although it is the same product. Even we had this case in Amul also. So it is priced differently in different areas. The packaging is different. So there are a lot of case studies which we have seen, and even in our experience as CFOs, we are seeing the costing and pricing, which is a challenge for the business owners even today. Although the label will be same, it may be priced differently. So next is coming to the strategic planning part. How we should be planning our business. It is not a one-time exercise. We need to always keep changing the plans. Not often, but at least we should not think कि मैंने अभी कर दिया, I have done all my homework, now I can rest, so the things will take care. ऐसा होता नहीं है. That is a sad thing for us because we have to continuously work. So we have to be clear about the goals. Without clarity, execution becomes a guesswork only. Thumb rule अभी बहुत difficult है चलना. So we need to be very clear. That is what will eliminate the fog. Then comes why strategic planning is non-negotiable, because whatever we do, we have to be very specific. Specific is terrific. This anyone will be accepting. So because if we say, yes, I need something, I need to have some clients, instead of saying I need 10 clients to be developed in this month, if we say that is more specific, that gives your team some idea. Yes, the boss wants this type of a result, so I need to work. I want some clients from this area, means it is very vague. So simple as that. So strategic planning, first of all, it aligns team focus. That is, the team understands you better. If you say by numbers, for example, cash flow, har ek company mein that is a big problem. So if you are not clear, then again, team does not understand. Then it should be like strategic planning is necessary because it strengthens the capital deployment decisions, because you know how the path roadmap you get, and then it taking into account the risks involved. Then one more question is, can you scale up alone? Is it possible? So what is that? Why do you need people to help you as a team? Is main thing is, first you know what you're going to do as a leader, you may be knowing what you want to do. But what is the required capital infusion? How do we ensure positive return on investment? What functions must be internalized versus outsourced? ये सब चीज़ जो भी होती है, and this is only a small aspect which I have covered. But as a business, we should know कि क्या क्या चीज़ एक business setup के लिए लगता है, वो क्या करना है, उसके लिए we need like, there are so many functions. As I told you, main material का जो 5 M's है, everything is a function by itself. So everything is a function means naturally we need to understand every function in detail. For example, I can give a very live example of HR. HR is the most क्या बोलते हैं उसको, देर आर सो मेनी थिंग्स विच वी शुड टू टेक केयर. दैट इज द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन स्ट्रक्चर. इट स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम देयर. हाउ वी हैव टू, at least we should visualize. Today our company is 5 member, 10 member, then it goes to 500 members, 500 employees. So what is the band which you are going to have? Strategic bands. So we need to have, then there comes the performance incentive. ये वो जो भी होता है उसमें जितना आप clarity दोगे उतना आपको बढ़ने में आसान होगा. Growth is determined. You did something. Yeah, growth is determined only by how clearly you are defining your strategic plan. Every function is clearly specified. Then comes you have to define your core values. So vision, what you would be like to be called by the world. How you would like to be known. That is what is vision. Coming to a real time story, what we have been working on is a solar manufacturing company. They have this vision to empower industries and communities through cutting edge EC manufacturing, that is solar manufacturing, that bridges digital innovation with real world impact. This is their vision. They have put it on their company walls everywhere. So each and every person in that company knows, because it's a driving factor. Then comes the mission. This is also put. So 300 crore top line by 2026. And they have one more mission is to go IPO. That is BSE public market entry. They want to get into by 2026. How do we do that? Strategize, execute and win. That is what we all keep on telling in the teamwork. Like we all have a continuous working with the team. We keep on telling that. So uske mind mein, like what Rakesh said, mind is something, you always keep and what you keep training, and that converts into the action. So I at least believe in this. So next comes the core values. They have a core value. All this we all sat and did it, and the owner has himself specified all these things. So this has been percolated to the last person in the company. So communicate. This is what I was telling. Communicate the vision loudly. You should tell. The owners have to tell it aloud कि ये मेरा करना है, मेरा ये अचीवमेंट करना है, आपका साथ चाहिए. Without their help we cannot do. So this is what gives the visibility. Then share the strategic objectives with every layer of the organization, like I told you. Then reinforce progress through. This is what we did with the dashboards, reviews and internal communication. Continuously somewhere down the line, even in the email down, you can keep putting that. Then coming, so what happened? What is the CFO impact? Rao was very material in this. So industry is solar EPC projects. इनिशियल टारगेट 2022 में उनका टारगेट ये रखा था हमने 300 crores का टर्नओवर एंड IPO लिस्टिंग by 2026 yet to come. When they were 60 crores when we took it over. Now they have something, they have an aim of 5x in 4 years. That is what they have kept their goal as. So now, so we have almost in 2025, we have met the target. We have been continuously monitoring it. So the project is, this is the glimpse of this. The main execution is on-time delivery plus capital efficiency. That is what we have been focusing on. And the outcome is, we expected, as expected, it is moving towards 350 crores, much more than what they have already set. And they are on the way to listing also, because all the procedures required for listing is also going on. So from CFO's desk, this is what we are bringing today as a concept. Many of you may be knowing this. So SMA IPOs, as you may be knowing, many of our small enterprises, at least we visualize all our clients to be getting into this. Because this is what, at least not today, 3, 4 years, 5 years down the line, because BSE exchanges have made it very, very simple now to come into SME IPOs. because small companies get visibility. So what we do is we help people in fundraising and growing capital. And this is the SME IPO ka. What is the advantage of becoming an SME IPO? So access to capital, then enhanced visibility and credibility, brand building, liquidity for existing investors, and growth and expansion. Employee incentives are a lot of things are there in SME IPOs. You can enjoy all that. Improved corporate governance, because this is what is lacking in small and medium enterprises. Once we get into this, at least thinking that we are going to IPO, this enables us to get some idea and get a roadmap actually towards that. Then pathway to main board migration. So slowly you can get into the main board, because directly small companies cannot get into the listing. Everyone will dream कि मेरे को भी listing में होना चाहिए. That is everyone's dream, right? तो हमारा भी कंपनी CNBC के चैनल में नीचे चलना चाहिए, हमारा भी वो ऐड होना चाहिए, क्यों इंटरव्यू नहीं होना है ऐसा. So these are the things like we can. So that is why this thing, their exchange board is encouraging this. So SME IPO is a sector specific impact, that is the manufacturing sector. How they are utilizing this is by upgrading machinery and tools, optimizing supply chains, and expanding production capacity. By getting into SME IPO, they get the funding. So all these things they are able to use out of those funds, and adopt green and sustainable technologies, which is very, very important. आगे जाते जाते it is applicable to any sector. So next comes the sector specific for service sector. How service sector is using the funds. One is, we all as service sector people, we all know how digitally transformation has been happening in operations. Particularly, we were going to office and working there only, that's all. There is nothing at home. So the life transformation has happened from there on, and today everything is digital, everything UPI se leke, everything is digital. So how service sector has improved, how it has used the funds for growing. Then it is expanding, there is service offerings like banks and all, how nicely today they are able to function. Then comes the enhances the customer experience. That is the customer experience, how whenever there is any difficulty, even ordering online is another marketing gimmick which we are all having. Although there are so many things which we miss, not going with family to buy and all, खाली बैठ के आ जाता है, वो एक experience बहुत अच्छा है. Within 2 minutes, you can see so many ads coming up. Don't worry, with the plate on the table, you get things within 1 minute. So that is the Zomato Bolo. Everything has improved the customer experience. Attracts and retains top industry talent. Most important is this, because this service sector we have a lot of attrition, if you all are with me. So a service sector is mainly for retention of good talent. They are using these funds. Then agro-based. So IPO benefits, this is the SME IPO, benefits in enhances brand visibility, because pehle haldi ka, for example, haldi powder, that is they had lot of difficulty. Agricultural products particularly, they never had any visibility. And it was not transparent. The processes were not transparent. Make in India mein ye jo bhi aaya hai, this funding has been helping them to grow. Even in solar, we have one client which we have been working on. He is directly connecting with the farmers. So it has really helped them. They are going in for IPO. They are planning for that. We are helping them for growth. So increased access to working capital. That fund they are using for working capital. Then they have supply chain as usual, the improved supply chain logistics, all those things they are using for that. And market expansion and product diversification, which is very, very important. कि एक हमने आज ये product चालू कर दिया तो चल, we are going on that. No, because every day some improvement is done. on that. So diversification is a daily mantra ho gaya hai abhi. So we have to do that. So this is how they are using for agro products. Particularly in agro products, there are a lot of diversification. You can see that. Packed, ये अभी जो oil वगैरह आता है ना, that is, you can see how they are packed. So then comes the government support and policy framework. To encourage SME listings, the government and SEBI have introduced several enabling measures. So इसमें BSE and NSE ना, they have come up with dedicated platforms. So, and there are this thing is, the compliance is very simple. बहुत आसान हो गया है, and everything is digital only. खाली जाके उधर किसी से कुछ बात करने का ज़रूरत नहीं. Everything is online. Everything is transparent and very online. No problem for any farmer also. They are coming up now. Everything is done online only. So relaxed eligibility norms. Then comes the incentive schemes. All these are all the, this you can find it in any of the websites also, all the details pertaining to that particular industry, it is clearly mentioned. What forms are there, everything is given, everything is transparent. Submission of forms is also online only. But we help them to fill up those and eligibility criteria. दिलाने के लिए जो भी help चाहिए from their books, that we are helping. Then comes the CFO impact from numbers to milestone. See, strategy without action is daydreaming, है ना? And action without strategy is chaos. That's the only reason why we need to do a planned business. अनप्लान्ड बिजनेस में बहुत गलतियां होती है, बाद में सुधारने में आधा जन्म चला जाता है. उससे अच्छा पहले से चालू करने के टाइम में लेट अस स्टार्ट विथ base. So this is our, if you have any doubts, you can address it to me. So yeah, thank you. Thanks. Thank you.
Now I would like to invite Mr. C.A. Navratna Soni, Partners, NSRM Associates, and his topic is From Accounting to Expansion, Everything You Need to Grow Globally.
So let's get the reality check done by, I want to ask few questions to all of you, and with the show of your hand. So for the very first question is, do you know the value of your time? So who all know the value of your time? Everyone? Okay, that's really good. So now the next question, are you spending more than 20 to 30% of your time managing account, doing the follow-up, looking up to the compliances? So with the show of hands, more than 20% of your time? No one? Every day. So yeah, we had done a survey on which it comes across that most of the SME owners, they do dedicate more than 20 to 30% of their time in just managing this thing. So that's the reason we wanted to cater the questions. And the next question is, since more than the survey revealed that more than 40 to 50% of the SME owners, they spend their time on their finances. And so as you are all spending more of your time in managing the finances, so do you have that financial clarity that where your business stands today and where it is heading? And to put it simply, is your business financially fit to scale? Do you think that? No. Is it fit to scale? Yeah. Very good. So as most of you are dedicating 40 plus hours in a weekly basis on your business, so you are basically investing your time as an SIP in your business. So do you know what is the value of your business as of today? Can we raise a hand who knows the value of the business as of today? और आज से 5-10 साल में जब आप रिटायर होगे तब आपके बिजनेस की क्या वैल्यू होगी, क्या वो पता है आपको? So I can see 4 or 5 hands raising. 7-8 people, yes, definitely. So I think most of 90% of the people, they don't know. So you need to think again if you really know the value of your time, because when we did this survey, it come across most of the people have not only does not only know कि what is the value of their business, and they're not yet decided कि भाई क्या मुझे आज से 5-10 साल में मुझे अगर retire होऊंगा, get decided on that thing. So please keep this question in mind for at least next 15 to 20 10 to 15 minutes, so that so we can clear this out, that how we are clearing this with our services. So before I explain in detail our services, I'd like to share about my firm. So we started in June 2018. We were focusing on local businesses with traditional practices. Then we got an opportunity to work with MNCs who are based in UK, US, Australia and Gulf countries to set their company in India. So by that, we got an opportunity to provide them with the fractional CFO, virtual accounts and finance services. And this led us to think that it is time that Indian entrepreneur also should expand globally. Because if you want to have that global business in India, like global business outside of the India, then you need to have that global presence. And for that, we started in 2022 April, we established our firm in UAE, and thereby we are not only now we are focusing on worldwide, we are helping business owners worldwide across different diverse businesses with multiple financial services. Our goal for 2030 is to establish and recognize ourselves as a top 50 consulting firm. Our vision is simple. That to become the most of the trusted growth partner for businesses across border and locally, we offer fractional CFO services, audit, tax strategy, compliance, anything that gives you financial control without the cost of full-time finance team. Our mission is working on the 3 C's: clarity, compliance and confidence. We empower entrepreneurs with financial clarity, no risk over compliances, which yields confidence. So these are the top services. I'll be covering few today. So one of the services is about fractional CFO services. Think of us as a CFO on demand. Like all businesses don't require a full-time CFO, but they do need a financial insight on their business. So we help clients plan their financially for growth, navigating the cash crunches, managing the cash flow management, and basically being ready for the investor. That's where our focus on. So one of our client, a tech startup, went from it was on a verge to closure. So within next 6 months, we helped them get into break even by changing the revenue model. The complete scenario changed, and the client was able to change its number as well. So let me come up with the survey I was talking about. We conducted a small survey with a sample of 200 business owners who had an in-house accounts team, and with the combined experience of our partner of over 30 years, we understand that the majority of business face lots of time being spent on hiring an accounts team, teaching them how to manage and following up with the accounts. And as soon as the learning curve reaches, the accounts team needs to be rehired, because there is a lot of attrition in the service sector, as we have already understood by the previous presentation. So this fixes us into the vicious circle कि भाई इस सर्कल से कैसे बाहर निकले. So this led to us to come up with the services as the virtual accounts and finance services. So here, right from invoicing to making the payroll management, to making the vendor payment, and doing all the compliances, it's kind of your outsourced accounts team. This is true. This is where the SME is basically losing focus on, or rather, they are investing a lot of time on activity which does not require your attention or detail. So basically, your accounts is kind of a backbone. It's a finance ball. In order to grow a foundation of any business, that is their backbone, their accounts and finance needs to be really, really strong. जैसे आपके मसल में अगर पेन होता है तो हम फिजियो को जाके दिखाते हैं, right? To build your financial muscle, you need to work. You need certain services. You need to outsource services so they can build over a time. So how we provide fractional CFO services? We basically focus on providing on a 4 strategy pillar. We use this 4 strategy pillar. So very first pillar is financial and compliance foundation, because this is the very backbone. Like if your present dashboard does not provide the insight, it will lead to a wrong conclusion, maybe the data is not good enough to make your financial decision. So that is first covered under the financial foundation compliances. Like this is basically, if you have an in-house team, we review it. If you don't have an in-house team, we better build it for you. So जैसे अभी मोस्टली सभी के पास है ना अकाउंटेंट एंड ऑडिटर होते हैं, एंड ये इंफॉर्मेशन आप ऐसे लग रहा है कि मैं मेरे लिए नहीं है, बट ऐसा नहीं है, बिकॉज वी वर्क हैंड इन हैंड विद देयर प्रेजेंट अकाउंट्स एंड ऑडिट टीम टू provide them with the proper fractional CFO services, because this is the way to look forward. So if the first pillar is to build a strong foundation, be it with your present system or developing a new system. So that's where we focus on. The second pillar is about planning. So universal rule है, जैसे garbage in and garbage out. तो आपका जो फाइनेंशियल डिसीजन होगा वो आपके पिलर 1 से क्रिएशन आता है, और उसके ऊपर जो हमें फ्यूचर फोरकास्टिंग करनी है, जो बजटिंग करनी है, उस बेसिस पे हम जो फाइनेंशियल डिसीजन लेंगे वहाँ कैसे हम करेंगे, वो पिलर 2 में कवर होता है. पिलर 3 is basically creating an investor readiness. Now here is right from like we building a pitch deck, handling due diligence, prepping for fund. We are looking like you need to be competent on serving the clients, right? So वो चीज़ अगर नहीं रहेगी, so how will you pitch? So with the confidence, with the clarity, you will be able to deliver more. And last and the most important strategy is about growth and exit strategy. सबने बात होती है कि भाई IPO में जाना है, बट कोई भी ये नहीं ना मैं एग्जिट कैसे करूँगा, क्या मेरा हाउ आई विल बी रिटायरिंग, नो वन थिंक्स ऑन दैट लाइन. डू आई नीड टू एग्जिट, सेल आउट करूँ पूरा का पूरा बिजनेस, कि मैं मेरी नेक्स्ट जनरेशन के लिए कुछ ना कुछ या शेयर होल्डिंग ट्रांसफर करूँ. तो यहाँ पे इन दिस पिलर वी वर्क विद द इमोशंस ऑफ द ऑब्वियसली बिजनेस ओनर्स, कि वो चाहते क्या वो चाहते हैं कि अपने नेक्स्ट जनरेशन को पूरा का पूरा ट्रांसफर करूँ, या वो चाहते हैं कि भाई आई वांट टू सेल आउट एंड मुझे एग्जिट करना है. सो व्हाट इज देयर रेडीनेस, व्हाट इज इन देयर माइंड. So this is where we provide them with the insight कि how they can do, if they are looking to transfer it to their legacy, then how can they be ready for this, and not only for if you want to sell out, then how to go about it. Audit and assurance. So basically we are a practicing chartered accountancy firm, and for all our retention services we follow 4 pillar strategy, because it helps us to deliver a quality services. And at the time वो जा चुका है कि ऑडिटर से आता था 1 साल में एक बार, और फिर बोलता था कि मुझे भाई बुक्स दिखा दो तुम्हारी, मैं टिकड़ा लगा देता हूँ और मैं चले जाता हूँ. वो टाइम जा चुका है. इट इज़ टाइम कि भाई we need to be a partner, growth partner for your firm, for your businesses, कि आज से नेक्स्ट स्टेप अगर मुझे लेना है तो मैं क्या करूँ. बिकॉज मोस्ट ऑफ आवर क्लाइंट इज बेसिकली फोकसिंग, यार मुझे ऑडिट तो तुम कर दोगे, मुझे पता है, और वो मुझे कुछ डाउट नहीं है, बट नेक्स्ट स्टेप क्या है मेरा, हाउ टू टेक इट अप, हाउ टू गो अहेड. सो मेनी पीपल आर थिंकिंग ऑन दैट लाइन के व्हाट इज इट इन फ्यूचर. सो वी caters to this by following the four pillar in this as well. So pillar 1 is obviously covering the existing system and providing them with the recommendation. Pillar 2 is using technology and AI tool to trace exceptions, basically the irregularity if there is any. Pillar 3 is checklist based control over corporate compliances and financial control. And pillar 4 is about reporting and feedback. Recently, अभी for financial year 24-25 for all the private limited companies here, तो उन्होंने एक नया अमेंडमेंट ये आया है कि अगर आपका ऑडिट रिपोर्ट जो है वो इलेक्ट्रॉनिकली लिंक्ड फॉर्म में जाएगा विथ योर एनुअल रिटर्न, जो AOC 4 होता है. सो एवरी काइंड ऑफ एनी काइंड ऑफ रिमार्क जो आपका ऑडिट रिपोर्ट में जा रहा है, वो अभी प्राइवेट MCA को तुरंत पता चलना है कि क्लॉज वाइज क्लॉज, कि ये क्लॉज में क्या उन्होंने अपने कुछ अगर कुछ कमेंट है तो वो क्या है, वो क्यों है. सो वी नीड टू, सो इट्स टाइम टू वेक अप एंड बी रेडी कि कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस अभी बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग आगे होने वाला है. क्योंकि एक एक कमेंट में इट इज़ वे इजी, दे कैन जस्ट टैब कि किसने डिस्क्लेमर दिया है, दे कैन टैब कौन सी कंपनीज में एक्चुअली क्वालिफिकेशन है, एंड दे हैव दैट लिस्ट ऑफ कंपनी, भाई ये 5 कंपनी या 50 या 5000 कंपनी है जिसपे क्वालिफिकेशन है, या 5000 कंपनी जिसपे डिस्क्लेमर है. They will have that clarity, they will have that filters. So you need to update accordingly, because I've come across many of my clients where they were following the old principle, which I think which will not work in future. The way the data is being sharing between the GST, be it the direct taxes, it is like it is so smooth, it's so real time. Okay, in future we will don't have any kind of gap to work on that. So we need to focus on this. Now the other services are in this one of the important services is that we focus on company setup in UAE, US, UK, Singapore, Africa, Spain, and Australia, India. So in UAE we have our own offices since past 3 years now, and apart from that we have a very strong collaboration in US, UK, Singapore, Africa, Spain, Australia, and these are the other services. But I like to cover this in more detail. So UAE, Dubai, is become a very hot, it's a hotspot for global business setup. Many companies are like shifting their base from India to Dubai. Not just from India to Dubai. It is like people, like businesses from UK, businesses from US, they are shifting their base to UAE because of the taxation benefit which is there. And also UAE is also providing a full 100% ownership in most of the business sector which is present, like almost 95% of the business activity are under 100% full ownership. Only handful of services, for example, if someone is in defense sector, someone into independent services, like for us as an audit firm, there is a requirement to have a local partner with us. So, and also anything which relates to banking sector. So these are few sectors which the public interest is highly affected. These are the only area where there are certain certain conditions and certain shareholding minimum mandatory requirement for you setting up a company in UAE. So first point, that they offer 100% ownership across mainland and free zone. So that the difference between mainland and free zone, the very difference is if you're looking to set up a company in mainland, then if your target is B2C, if you're thinking you want to attract to the locals of Emirates, local of UAE, then the mainland company incorporation comes into picture. And free zone is basically more related to services. So अगर आप export businesses ज़्यादा कर रहे हो तो free zone is easy to set up. And even for services, even if you're as a service owner, if you're providing to B2C, if you're directly providing service to a mainland company, still free zone gives us a benefit to you can set up a company in free zone. The difference between mainland and free zone is the cost. The biggest difference is cost. अगर mainland में आपका कुछ cost का 5 lakh या 4 lakh rupees लग रहा है, in free zone is between 2 to 3 lakhs. And depending upon the number of visa, what kind of activity is there, which kind of free zone you are looking to. So जितना दुबई में है तो कॉस्ट ज़्यादा रहेगी, जैसे ही दूसरे एमिरेट्स में फ्री जोन शिफ्ट होते रहेंगे कॉस्टिंग कम होती रहती है. टैक्स बेनिफिट, ओके, सो टैक्स बेनिफिट में द बिगेस्ट बेनिफिट इज इफ योर सेल्स इज बिलो 3 million AED, दैट इज अराउंड 8 crore. तो 8 crore के नीचे वी हैव अ स्मॉल बिजनेस टैक्स रिलीफ, वहाँ पे यू डोंट नीड टू पे एनी कॉर्पोरेट टैक्स. Even if it crosses 3 million AED, there is another slab of 375,000 dirham. Okay, once it crosses 375,000 dirham, that is around 89 lakhs. 89 lakhs INR के ऊपर क्रॉस होगा तो 9% corporate tax है. So this is another tax benefit. Yes, market accessibility, ease of business is यहाँ पे जितना TDS, GST और वो सब है तो वो सारी चीज़ें नहीं है, वहाँ झंझट नहीं है. तो वो सारी, that is one of the important thing. Infrastructure and facility, definitely the one of the state is, if we see from a global perspective, UAE ranked first as from an FDI perspective or doing a ease of business. So top 10 I think so. And repatriation of capital is also very easy. You can, it's just आप NEFT कैसे करते हो इंडिया से इंडिया ट्रांजेक्शन में, इतना ईजी है आप वहाँ से यहाँ ट्रांसफर करने में. समटाइम इट टेक्स द सेम डे में फंड्स ट्रांसफर हो जाते हैं, समटाइम इट टेक्स अ डे और 2. सो दैट इज द एज. लीगल प्रोटेक्शन इज डेफिनेटली वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट. दुबई आपको पता है कि कितना सेफ्टी पर्सपेक्टिव कितना स्ट्रॉन्ग है. सो लीगल पर्सपेक्टिव ऑल्सो दैट इज वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट बेनिफिट देयर. सो जैसे ही कॉर्पोरेट टैक्स पिक्चर में आया था तो in November 21 we got to know that corporate tax is coming into UAE. So that was the point for us to go. Okay, it is time, we need to set up a company in UAE. And yes, we are providing them with the cross-border tax planning. Now since we have our own presence in India and also in UAE, so we can help manage how to plan that cash flow which is coming from India going to UAE, or which is in future after maybe 4 years down the line, or after once बिजनेस ओनर डिसाइड कि आप मुझे वापस हिंदुस्तान जाना है, अपने भारत आना है, तो वो वापस कैसे आएगा. सो बीइंग प्रेजेंस इन बोथ द लॉ, नोइंग इंडिया का इनकम टैक्स कैसा है, बाहर का कॉर्पोरेट टैक्स कैसा है, वी कैन प्लान अकॉर्डिंगली एंड सेव द मैक्सिमम टैक्सेस विच इज देयर. डूइंग ट्रांसफर प्राइसिंग ऑडिट, सो दिस आर ऑल compliances which we help in. Okay, so the leadership team right now, so it's so CA Rajat Kapoor, he's can you please raise for a moment, please? So he's my partner. He's based in he's heading NSRM Dubai basically, and he's here for Raksha Bandhan. So so and he's a UAE CA, ACCA. He's into he is a certified forensic auditor. He's qualified Disha, and that's and myself, Navtan Soni. I'm a registered valuer. I'm heading India operations. I'm also looking after fractional CFO services. And Santosh Pavle, he has around 35 years of experience as a CA, and he's looking after debt syndication and IPO advisory. So we have two more partners which are going to be onboarded. One is he's an ex-banker with the Gulf countries, with the Gulf banks particularly. He also has around 30 years of experience in Gulf region. Another partner is a legal counsel, which is legal King's Counsel basically to the UK, and so they will be heading our UAE operation as well. Okay, one of the milestones we achieved in 2025 that we got featured as a top 10 promising CFO service provider, and so this was featured in the Finance Outlook magazine. So that's a bit about it. And these are the success stories that we have already advised 250 plus business owners and global expansion. And from that, we have successfully incorporated 96 plus companies in UAE. Actually, we have done 100 incorporation. And one of the recent incorporation we done was of one of the famous music director, Bollywood music director. And yes, we have managed a track record of zero penalty for all of our clients. There was no single penalty because of us. For all and for audit and assurance, we are already managing 50 plus SMEs from different sectors. That's it, yeah. So these are our top clients, like they have stayed with us. We are an authorized channel partner with Zoho, and these are all other technology we use to provide with the virtual accounts and fractional CFO services. We are onboarded with Odoo and QuickBooks. QuickBooks is not more in India, but it's there in UAE, so we are already there. And Tally तो हमारे खून में है CA तो. So yes, these are the few success stories. We are also authorized channel partner to top free zones in UAE, which is DMCC, IFZA, DIFC, Ajman Free Zone, Maidan, Rakesh, Jafza, ADGM, that is Abu Dhabi, SPZ. So we are authorized channel partner to all the top free zones there. Now coming to, if you want less chaos, a true financial growth partner, let's connect. We are offering a complimentary one-on-one for any business owner. If you know any business owner who want to set up a company in UAE, or they want to outsource their accounts team, you can click this photo also and share it with your friends. And it will be more of a strategic, how can you grow. It's not necessary you need to sign up with us. So we'll love to have a meeting with you, all of you, and that's it. Thank you. We have office in Dubai, in Business Bay, since past 3 years now, and we are located in Crystal Plaza. We are in Andheri West, and Nariman Point in Express Tower. Any questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
What is the minimum criteria to open up an office in Dubai?
No minimum criteria as such.
Anyway, a new organization can also be created in Dubai.
Yes. So in Saudi there is some requirement to open up a company. Like there is you need to have certain capital, you need to have certain net worth. For UAE, like for Saudi it is there. For Dubai there is no such requirement. Any new business owner, they can also open up a company in there. Yeah.
Mr. Soni,
Yeah.
what are rentals in the real estate if we open up the company?
So Rajat, will you like to take it up for this?
What is it, sir?
What are the rentals, real estate values?
So, real estate,
Office also,
yeah. So, you wanted to know the yield which you will be able to if you invest in the real estate market there. Right?
not for investment, for rentals.
Yeah. So,
Hire an office.
you want to hire an office. So, when you talk about a mainland company, then you need an office over there. If you're talking about a free zone company, most of the free zones, they offer within their package an office which you will be able to open an office there. Plus, either they'll be giving a virtual office or they will be giving a shared co-working desk. And from that, the rental agreement, you will be able to open your bank accounts, your personal bank account and your company bank account also. In case, in future, you need a warehouse to store your goods. So there are two types of combinations which majorly most of the e-commerce companies right now are doing. What they do is they contract with the 3PL parties there who already have a warehouse over there, and then they give you some small spaces to store your goods and they deliver it logistically also. So that is one of the things. So reducing the cost of getting a warehouse will be cheaper through 3PL to start a business, and then probably you can take up a bigger warehouse to maintain it once the business scales up in UAE. So that is what most of the e-commerce businesses are doing, and other people are also doing. Like for example, if you are selling it on Amazon, okay, now people are sitting from all over the world, but what they are doing is they are just sending their materials from here, and these 3PL people, the agreement is done. They take care of the goods clearance from the port. They take it to their 3PL warehouse where they can store it, and from there they will deliver it also on the based on the orders you will be giving it to them. So that is what reduces the cost. And of course, warehouse are available. Dubai is a little costly. When you talk about Jabza, which is Jebel Ali Free Zone, it is a little costly. As we move more towards north, like Sharjah, Ras Al Khaimah, the rentals of the warehouse, the properties, all are reducing. As we move more now, as we move more south, which is Abu Dhabi, Dubai and Abu Dhabi, the rentals will be increasing more. The only factor which is there is the logistics cost will increase if you are in Ras Al Khaimah, because most of the consumption is in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Somewhat is in Sharjah as well. But comparatively, the logistics cost will go up once you are there in Ras Al Khaimah. But compared to the rental cost, it is much cheaper to have a warehouse in the northern areas where it is easier for you to, unlike what we suggest most of the clients, some of the clients who are in perishable goods nature. So we tell them it is not about the logistics which will be coming up, it is about the quality and the perishability which will be there, because the market is in Dubai and Abu Dhabi, and if you open up a warehouse in Ras Al Khaimah, it would be very difficult and the goods might also get useless. Yeah, so that is the difference. So it depends on client to client that how and where exactly they can place themselves. And similarly, the cost also for setting up a business also decreases from Abu Dhabi to Ras Al Khaimah as you move more towards north.
How about Saudi Arabia?
Saudi, we don't have our.
The rental, the exhibition rentals are extremely high in Jeddah and Riyadh.
They are coming up like, see, still they want to be another UAE, but still they are 50 years back. Like Dubai is like 50 years ahead to them, UAE altogether. So it is taking up time for them, and they need to be on the same scale as you compare with, because they want to showcase that we are not less than UAE. And that is why they are driving the factors of that market so that they can show we are at par. And of course, the consumption is really high from UAE, because Dubai is this much, majorly UAE is this much, and when you talk about Saudi, it is this much. In all of the Gulf. So you can understand the consumption which is there in Saudi. Most of the people, they have their companies in UAE because it is easier for doing the business. But major supply is going to Saudi from there. So that is the difference. The consumption, if I should talk about the major consumption for the exports which are happening from UAE is also Saudi. And that is one of the major reasons when you talk about doing business within the same GCC, they have formed another GCC council where they say if you do business from UAE to Saudi, it will be not an export. You have to charge VAT, it will be a local sale. Because that's what they were losing the revenue from that point. Because major exports are happening, the goods are going from UAE to Saudi, and the major consumption is happening. And anyway, what is the source of income for UAE? Their source of income is either the licenses which they are setting up, of course the famous penalties which they are putting on the fines for the traffics and everything, and lastly, which is now they have introduced the custom duty, the VAT, which is as compared to India, it's only 5%. But still, that 5% increases that a lot of GDP which they are talking about, and plus now corporate tax is there, which is also compared to all other countries, 9% is nothing. And that too, once you cross a little turnover limit. And see, at the end, my ideology is if you are having a new corporate tax, like people are asking me that whether there is an individual taxation or salaried income or no, salary tax or capital gain, all these are zero right now. But eventually, if a country is implementing a corporate tax in any country, 100% there has to be a individual tax which has to come in future. If you see about Oman never had an individual tax, but they implemented corporate tax, and this year only, in the beginning of this year, they have implemented individual salary tax also. So eventually this has to happen because like we are Indians, and you will find if you go to Dubai and everywhere you will find Indians. Most of the people are having their business in Dubai. So we will think, okay, there's corporate tax, we will book salary, no problem. We will reduce our profit, zero tax. But they are ahead, but one step ahead. So our finance bill and their finance bill, everything is based on the UK laws. So they have also come up with this mechanism that the salary has to be attributable to the turnover or the work that person is doing. It is very difficult. The ambiguity point is still left there, which will open doors for professionals like us for the tax litigation. So we are like, earlier I used to say that with Modi ji coming in power, our work is increasing, but with corporate tax coming up in UAE, we are saying our work is also going to increase there also. That's it, yeah.
Go ahead, Sunil.
A question, just in this client list, you have shown something called Intermind.
Yeah.
The Intermind is still there with you?
No, it was one of the clients initially. So we were doing the certification work for all the foreign emittents and everything. So I was working with Chaturvedi Shah before I started this.
They moved their head office to Delhi now.
Yeah.
But are they existing still today?
Not operating,
Yeah.
but yeah, some disputes are there.
There are disputes.
Check all the mines they come over.
Yeah. And now the Intermines is also not working.
Intermine is not working right now. So they were the.
But perfectly, we will not be able to help you with the Intermines.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So thank you everyone for joining today for this SME talk, and I hope you all must have enjoyed it. And there were lot of questions from the startups point of view. But I would like to say to all startups that somewhere you have to start, then only you will reach to the highway 100. So let's clap for the startups so they can start and they can reach to the highway 200 crores. And I request everyone to join for the high tea. Please take the high tea, network with each other, and SME Chamber will always support you, whatever you require. And we have our office in the same building on the 3rd floor. So my name is Sakshi Kulkarni. I am Director of SME Chamber of India. Pleasure meeting all of you. Thank you.